Welcome to the Capital Exchange. I'm Steve Wilbur, Managing Director at Allen Capital Group.
And I'm Travis Portwood, Chief Investment Officer with Allen Capital Group.
Travis, it's back to school time.
It is.
My kids and your kids are heading back to high school and junior high. But also, we have to think about college.
It just means we're old, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And the cost of college,
Yeah.
which this is a tough conversation. It hit home because my child's going to college next year.
All right.
Did you know since 1980, the overall inflation is 236% higher?
CPI, yeah.
Yeah, CPI. But for college, tuition and fees, it is 1,200% higher since 1980.
That's a big gap.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah, Steve, so recent headlines suggest that the rising costs are related to the competitive landscape for students and the accelerated spending at universities to attract, these students. And a couple of examples were given in the article. One school spent around $805,000 per year for well over a decade upgrading its campus to attract the students. And another school spent millions renovating a 32,000 square foot Italian monastery for its study abroad program. It must be important.
That's important.
These are big ticket items.
They really are. Someone has to pay for them.
Yes.
Yes, Travis, when looking at this, the first question is, where is all this money coming from? Well, about 1.6 trillion in federal subsidized student loans is where.
Mm-hmm.
Without the federal student loans, fewer students would be able to attend these four-year colleges, and they'd probably have to attend a community college or a trade school because those loans are available. Enrollment stays high, and the tuition just continues to rise, doesn't it?
It does, Steve. It's a bigger available pool of money, and it's being used up. So the Wall Street Journal examined the records of 50 schools, Steve, about one in each state, going back to 2002, generally the oldest institution in each state. And here's what they found. Spending at these schools increased around 38% over this time frame. Prices for students, however, increased 64%. Wow. Another interesting point was schools said, these price increases were needed due to the reduced support we're getting from governments and states. And that may be somewhat true, but the data showed that for every $1 lost at the median school on the list, tuition increased by $2.40. So students are more than making up the shortfall. They're footing an even bigger bill there.
The numbers don't lie, do they? They never do.
Not usually.
So the lesson here is higher education has some issues it needs to work through to keep it accessible and affordable for those who actually do want it. Let's be honest, the price of college isn't going to be going down anytime soon, is it?
It kind of reminds me of taxes.
Property taxes especially.
Yeah.
A lot of people can relate.
Yeah, I'll just add some basic building blocks to college planning there, Steve. Obviously, save early, save often where you can, and where possible, saved in tax-advantaged accounts.
Yeah, there's no question, Travis. This has been great. I look forward to it next week.
Look forward to it as well.